Konnichiwa minna. Hello everybody, in this video I will be doing another One Piece TCG deck concept. So if you guys would like to see more of these types of videos from me, definitely subscribe down below. So let's get started. So the deck that I will be doing in this episode is the green and yellow Yamato. So I will be looking at the One Piece TCG website if you guys would like to follow along. Threaten with double attack and slash your opponent's life. Like in the actual concept of the deck, launch a potent offense from the early game using Yamato's double attack. With this aggressive deck, gain the upper hand in character deployment with cards that are stronger when your opponent's life is depleted. In the end game, protect yourself with yellow's recovery effects while resting your opponent's blockers to finish them off. Now going on to the actual leader card, Yamato. Definitely one of my favorite characters from Wano. She is a green and yellow leader, 5,000 power with 4 life, and she has double attack, which means she can attack twice. Activate main once per turn. If your opponent has 3 or less life cards, give up to 2 rested Dawn cards to one of your characters. So super strong leader. Yamato is powerful. Now going on to the actual deck. So this deck runs 4 copies of Kozuki Momonosuke. He is on 1 cost, 0 power. Activate main. You have to rest 1 Dawn in your cost area. You may rest this character. Look at the top 5 cards from your deck, reveal up to 1 Land of Wano type card, and add it to your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So super powerful card. 4 copies of Nami. She is a 2 cost, 3,000 power. On play, up to 1 of your leader or character cards gain banish, and her trigger effect is KO up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. Super awesome card. 4 copies of Kozuki Hiyori. She costs 2, 0 power. On play, you may add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life cards to your hand. Add up to 1 card from your hand to the top of your life cards. So super powerful card and very beautiful card. Definitely one of my favorite artworks. 4 copies of Izo. So this card costs 3,000 power. On play, rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. Super powerful card. 2 copies of Hinurashi. So he costs 4, 5,000 power, Dawn times 2, which means he has to have 2 Dawn attached. When attacking, you may trash 1 card from your hand. KO up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost equal to or less than the number of your opponent's life cards. Trigger, if your opponent has 3 or less life cards, play this card. Four copies of Kiku Nojo. So she costs 4, 6,000 power. On KO, if your opponent has 3 or less life cards, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. Trigger, if your opponent has 3 or less life cards, play this card. 4 copies of Nekamamushi. So he costs 4, 5,000 power, Dawn times 2. And this character can also attack your opponent's active characters. Trigger, if your opponent has 3 or less life cards, play this card. 4 copies of Kidatsu. He costs 5, 6,000 power. On play, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost equal to or less than the number of your opponent's life cards. Like, I know that is a staple in yellow decks. 4 copies of Satori. So this card costs 5,000 power, and trigger. You may trash 1 card from your hand to play this card. 4 copies of Kazuki Momonosuke. He costs 6,000 power. He is a blocker, and on play, add up to 1 of your Land of Wano type characters other than Kazuki Momonosuke to the top or bottom of the owner's life cards face up. So that's also really, really good. That way you get a guaranteed life of whatever you want. So super powerful card. 4 copies of Denjiro, which, like I will say, I do love the artwork of this Denjiro. Really, really awesome card. He costs 5, and he has 6,000 power, Dawn times 2. If your opponent has 3 or less life cards, this character cannot be KO'd by effects. So very, very powerful card. Trigger. If your opponent has 3 or less life cards, play this card. And then the last character in this deck is 3 copies of Hody Jones, which I will say I do love the artwork of this Hody Jones. He costs 7, 8,000 power, and he has Rush, so he can attack the turn that he has played. On play, rest up to a total of 2 of your opponent's characters or Dawn cards, then add 1 card from the top of your life cards to your hand. So next we go to the event cards, which there are only 2 of them, and that is 3 copies of L Thor. So this event costs 1 counter up to 1 of your leader or character cards, gain plus 2,000 power during this battle. Then if your opponent has 2 or less life cards, that card gains an additional 2,000 power during this battle. Trigger. KO up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost equal to or less than the number of your opponent's life cards. Super awesome card. And then the last card in this deck is 2 copies of 200 million votes. 200 million volts Yamato. So this event costs 2. Main, up to 1 of your leader or character cards. Gain plus 3,000 power during this turn. Then if you have 1 or less life cards, rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. Trigger, you may trash 2 cards from your hand. Add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. So super powerful card, doing what yellow does best, which is manipulating life cards. So yeah, guys, that is the deck list. Looks super, super fun to play. I do like Yamato as a character. She's definitely one of my favorite female characters in One Piece. So yeah, looks super fun to play. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about this video down below. And also, what do you guys think of the Yamato deck? So yeah, that deck looks super, super fun to play. And Yamato plays 2 of my favorite colors in the One Piece trading card game, which is yellow and green, or Hiro or Midori. So super cool. So yeah, guys. So like if this video gets 100 views, I will do another one. So yeah, guys, I will see y'all next time. Matane.